Warzone 2's Ashika Island has yet another brand new Easter egg, and it is so much harder than all of the others. You still don't get a blueprint for it, but you do get a loadout drop marker, although with what you have to do to get it, it's probably not the easiest way to get a loadout. If you want to check out my guides for all of the other Easter eggs, we've had a bunch on this map because High Moon Studios are absolutely amazing. I've got guides on how to solve the wind chime puzzle, how to do some ninja training, shooting down secret drones, opening up a secret room in a power plant where you can get loads of loot. There's a bunch right now, so make sure you subscribe and check out all of those other videos. But let's get on with this one and explain to you how to solve the mask Easter egg. If you've played Ashika Island over the last couple of days, you might have noticed some mysterious items around Castle, and even a stand that lets you place items. So to complete this Easter egg, all you need to do is find 3 Japanese masks and then place them on a display stand. Sounds easy, right? It just took us like over 5 hours to get the footage for this video. It was an absolute nightmare. Now, there are lots of other guides out for this Easter egg already. We didn't find it. Someone called Ammo Cole sent me a YouTube short they had made showing they had found this mysterious item, and that set us off looking. But then some of these other guide videos that came about overnight say, oh, these are the locations, this is where you find them, this is the only place where you find this one, and they're all wrong as far as we can tell. There seems to be 5 different locations for each of the 3 masks. We found all 5 locations for 2 of the masks, and we found 3 locations for 1 of the others, but it still seems like there's a couple of places that we haven't managed to find them yet. So if you do find the other 2 locations for the fox mask, please let me know in the comments below. I'd be super interested to see where they are. Ninja from my Discord was watching my stream and did notice this up in the rafters, and this might be a possible spawn for it. You might have to climb on something to get it. I didn't see it while I was playing, and it's really annoying to go back because obviously every time you go in a game all the positions are randomized, so it's hard to find a game where it's up there again. But that might be a place to look if you can't find it. But let's get on to the guide part, so I'll show you exactly what you have to do. When you start a game of Resurgence, and this does have to be in Resurgence, you can't do it in DMZ or anything, you want to land in Castle, and you're going to try and find these 3 masks. The way we were doing it is to go and find the red mask first, which is that one with the very rude looking nose. Then we went to go find what I called the E-Honda mask, or the stone mask some people called it the green mask. And then we would try and find the fox mask, or the kitsune mask, that we kept calling a rabbit for ages for some reason, because that one was the hardest to find, so we normally left that one till last. The red mask is by far the easiest to find, but it's also in the main building of the castle, and so it's super hectic in there. Often you'll end up fighting lots of teams. But you can follow this route to check all of the different locations. So if you drop in onto the top floor where the bomb maker is in DMZ, there's a chance it will spawn on this desk where these computers are. If it's not there, then you need to run downstairs, and once you get to the bottom of that set of stairs, if you turn left and sort of double back on yourself, in the corner there, you should be able to find one of the spawn locations there. And again, it might be there, it might not be. There's 5 different locations. If it's not there, staying on this floor, you want to go through the doorway into this room, and there's like a red crate on the floor. You can check there to see if it's there. If it's not there, then you want to go back to kind of the main room and jump down there, and you might be able to find it just propped up against this box. And then if it's not there, you want to go to the armory, which is where these sort of green lockers are, again on the ground floor, so you can run through to this end of the building. And just to the right of there, there's kind of some shelves, and on the far right of the shelves, that's the last place it can spawn. Now, it should be in one of those 5 locations. If it's not, it means that somebody else has probably picked it up. If anyone finds this red mask in another location, just as loot, again, please let me know. Send me a screenshot on Twitter or something like that. I'd really, really appreciate it. But once you've found that red mask, it's in your inventory now, and you can see it just says, oh, it's found on the ground in Castle. You really want to go over to the display stand, and that's in this building, and place it. That's because we're playing Resurgence. Obviously you can die and still keep on playing, but if you do die, it's going to drop on the ground. Chances are a player's going to loot it without thinking while they're just grabbing your plates and things like that, and they're probably going to run off with it and you'll never see it again. So as soon as you pick up one of the masks, I would go place that one before you go hunt the next one. The next mask is the stone mask, or the E-Honda mask, and for this one you want to run over towards this kind of H-shaped building. But what I did is I jumped from the place where you put the red mask down, and first of all went to this small square building because there's a chance that you'll find it just on a chair to the left as you go in there. Then if it's not there, you can run around to the left of the H building, and there's a bulldozer outside, and sometimes the mask can spawn on the kind of tracks of that bulldozer. If it's not there, you can run inside, and there's a barrel inside. You can sometimes find the mask on there. If it's not there, you can go upstairs, and upstairs there's a couple of locations. One of them is kind of sneaky. It's on the side of this locker, and it's actually hanging on the side of the locker by the doorway. Very, very easy to miss that one, but that's one of the locations. And if not, you can run through to the other part of the building, and there's this kind of big square box, and you can find it on that one sometimes. Wherever you find this mask, it should be in one of those locations again, then you can take it back to the stand and put it down. Now for the Kitsune mask, and this is the one where I'm pretty sure we don't know all of the locations of this. This is the one that caused us so much trouble. So one of the locations, and this is the one that a lot of the guides say is the only location, but that's definitely wrong, is in this kind of well building. It's in the building that has the sort of sealed up well in it. It can be just resting on the side of that well. If it's not there, it might be underneath this tree. So there's this kind of little garden area just hiding at the bottom of the tree, leaning against it. You might be able to find the mask there. And then if you can't find it there, there's an L-shaped building nearby. If you go in there, there's another one of these kind of square boxes. Sometimes the mask will be up there. Again, Ninja sent me this screenshot of noticing something that was up in the rafters. There's a chance that this is a spawn as well, so it might be worth checking that one. And I would assume there's still one more spawn we haven't found. All of the masks seem to have their own little area, so this area around the well, around the L-shaped building, that might be worth looking for, maybe in the moat, something like that. I think there's one more location. Or obviously, if you just want to see this Easter egg, you could just quit if you can't find it in any of those locations, and then go back in, and hopefully you'll be a bit luckier with the next one. Once you've got that third mask, then you can take it back to the display stand and put it alongside the others, but before you do, make sure you've got some armor on, make sure you've got some decent kind of short range guns, and make sure your team are around you. Because as soon as you put that third mask down, suddenly a bunch of AI are going to spawn in smoke clouds, and they will literally spawn like right next to you. They spawn in the room that you're in, and some of them will be the new AI that will rush you immediately, they'll run at you. None of them have much armor or anything like that, so they're very easy to take down, but it does go on for quite a while. Once you eventually kill them all, then you'll get something flash up on the screen saying that you've completed it. You'll get a bunch of loot from all those AI. We got like munitions boxes and armor boxes and things like that. And you'll also get given a loadout marker. This will actually just drop on the floor, probably where you killed the last AI. There'll be a loadout marker somewhere there. It looks annoyingly like a smoke grenade, but you can pick that up and there is your free loadout and you've completed this Easter egg. So that's a lot of fun. I think that's probably the best Easter egg that we've had so far in Warzone 2. It's really, really challenging, and yes, we still don't get a blueprint, but it is a lot of fun to do. It's a cool thing to show people. The biggest problem we had with it was just fighting other teams in Castle, because finding all of the masks is kind of time intensive, especially when you don't know exactly where the spawn locations are going to be. And while you're trying to do that while also fighting people, you can easily end up running out of time and then the gas will come in. A little bit of a nightmare, but hopefully this guide will make it easier for you. Let me know in the comments if it did help you. Leave a like, subscribe, turn your notifications on, and then for your next one, go check out some of the other Easter eggs. Like I said, there's secret rooms under the power plant, there's a ninja training challenge, there's a special musical Easter egg. Go check some of those out and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.